Hey, Sylvia Gorenszach here. I am a Gel Moment independent distributor. How is everybody doing today? Let me know. Drop your feels in the comments. So today I'm going to do this. It's like an optical illusion ombre. So it's an ombre on top of an ombre, but boy, does it leave a pretty cool effect. It's almost 3D-ish. I have a couple of different designs here, and I'm going to use two different brushes for doing two different ways of, well, you'll see the difference. There's this small fan brush for doing the ombres, but then I actually enjoy using this medium flat brush for doing vertical ombres as well. I find it's a little bit cleaner, but it's all a personal preference. Okay, so let's get right to it. So I have one coat of Bridesmaid to start off the ombre. When I was practicing, I would just have a little bit of Bridesmaid here and Her Majesty here without any kind of base, and I find that it wasn't blending as nice. So we're going to do this a little bit differently here from what I typically do. So I have a base color of Bridesmaid. I'm just going to actually put half the nail with a little bit of Bridesmaid here, just a thin coat. And then the other half I'm going to use Her Majesty. Next, I'm going to use this small fan brush here and just gently swipe down and repeat this motion. When I'm swiping down, I'm actually moving a little bit to the left to bring Her Majesty over to the left, and I'm also going to go a little bit to the right to move Bridesmaid to the right. Okay, we'll give this a full cure underneath the lamp. So with the first coat of creating that ombre, it doesn't have to be so specific, just blend it as best you can, but it will come through a lot better on your second and third coats. Now we're just going to repeat that process, so put another coat of Bridesmaid on the left side of the nail. When you take your fan brush, you want to remember what side was actually the dark side of the purple and what side was the light side, or whatever colors you're using. So you want to keep that in mind when you're using this for blending. If you don't remember, just use a cleanser wipe to cleanse your brush. Okay, so now that this is dry, what we're going to do is take the colors and put it on the opposite colors. We're going to put Her Majesty on this side where Bridesmaid is, and Bridesmaid where Her Majesty is. I'm going to use this small striper brush to draw it in and then fill it in. Now I'm going to clean this brush with a cleanser pad that I have here. We will take Bridesmaid and do the same on the other side. Now we'll take our small fan brush and just blend. Be sure to move a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right to draw the colors into each other. Okay, now to clean that little point up where we were doing the blending, I have the round flat brush here, and I'm just going to put a little bit of alcohol on it from our cleanser pad just to wet the bristles so that we can clean up that edge. To finish off the look with an ombre, I always use Clearly Frisky just to kind of bring it all together. I find that it smooths it out a little bit. If there's any streakiness from your ombre, it just kind of makes it a little bit less noticeable. So I find that with using the small fan brush on this one, that it ends up being a little bit more streaky than using a different brush when I'm going to get to right next. Okay, for the next ombre, I actually want to try using a different brush. So the first one, I use the small fan brush for doing the vertical ombre here. And I found that this large flat brush does a great job doing the ombres as well. So let's try that out. Now we'll take the large flat brush and just apply very, very light strokes. I'm moving a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left to blend those colors together. And this is our first coat of ombre, so it doesn't have to be super finicky. It will be a little bit streaky, but that's okay. So we're going to give this a cure under the lamp. Let's do the second coat. Again, take the large flat brush and just apply vertical right from the top to the bottom, light strokes, and move left to the right to help blend the polished colors together. Isn't that gorgeous? I find that doing the ombres, the vertical ombres with this brush works a little bit better. It's just a little bit cleaner. So we're gonna give that a full cure too. All right, let's start with the reverse ombre. So let's put Bridesmaid on top of Her Majesty, and then we'll put Her Majesty on top of Bridesmaid. We'll take our flat brush and we'll apply light pressure, making sure to move a little bit to the left and the right to blend those colors together. Okay, so I'm just gonna place this down here. Now I'm gonna take these, oh, which one is it right here? I have so many brushes off to the side. I'm gonna take this small slanted brush here. I think that's what it's called. Let me see. Large slant brush, medium slant brush. It's a slant brush. So I'm gonna take one of these ones because it has very firm bristles. And I'm going to put it in a little bit of alcohol here with our cleanser pad because I want to wipe away sections of this nail. So you don't want to have your brush sopping wet with alcohol because it'll bleed into the polish, but you want to have wet enough so that I'll be able to actually wipe the polish away. So let's start wiping out some designs here. I'll just go off to the side and just kind of do a swoop. And then bring it up and you'll see that the ombre underneath is revealed. So then we'll take this, we'll clean our brush and just go over that section again, just to kind of clean it up a little bit more. And I'll go from this side here. Okay, next we'll do another one from here. And I'll come down this way. So it's kind of cool because it's like an optical illusion. Oop, that hopped out of my finger here. Just wipe that off. It is a little bit like an optical illusion with the ombre that's already set underneath. And you just wipe away the sections that you want. Okay. I'm going to give this a cure. As always, I like to finish all of my nail art with a coat of Clearly Frisky, especially with an ombre, because it just kind of brings all those little nuances together, any kind of polish that you have. So even though we wiped some polish away from that first or the second layer, it's raised up a little bit from that polish that's underneath, right? So I just like to put some Clearly Frisky on because our polish is so good at self-leveling. Just fills in all those little gaps that you might not be able to see with your naked eye, although I can see it because I'm anal and I pay attention to those kind of things. So I'm going to give this a cure, and yeah, here's the final product, and here are all of the designs that I did. Kind of neat. I really like it. Can you imagine it on your fingers? I just love this optical illusion ombre. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I would really appreciate your support, and we'll see you on my next one. Ciao, ciao for now.